Hello, and welcome to today's Focus on the Test mini lesson. Welcome to all of our subscribers, and thank you very much for joining us. Also to our students, continue the excellent progress that you're making, and remember that your labor is not in vain. It will pay off in the end. If you're an adult seeking to earn your high school credential, be sure to check out our website at www.yourpathforadultlearners.com, where you can learn more about our online GED and HiSET program. So now on to our lesson for the day. So now here's what a test item may look like. Solve the equation. 4x minus 8 equals negative 4 times 11 plus 2x. And here are your 5 options. You have A, negative 3, B, 3, C, 8, D, 12, and E, negative 44. So now let's get on to the discussion. Hello, Your Path. I hope that everyone is doing great. So today we're going to solve an equation. The first thing that I want to mention in solving this equation is that you want to make sure that you look at both sides of the expressions opposite the equal sign, because you want to know how to proceed. So when you look at the expression on the right side of the equation, we first need to get rid of our parentheses. So we need to utilize the order of operations in order to actually get rid of our parentheses. So in doing so, we're going to utilize the distributive property. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply negative 4 times 11, which will give us a negative 44. And then we're going to multiply negative 4 times a positive 2x, which will give us a negative 8x. So now we have gotten rid of our parentheses, and we can move over to the other side of the equation. So here, there is nothing that we need to do, and so all we're going to do is bring down our 4x minus 8. So now the next thing that we need to know is that our goal is to solve for the value of x. We need to know what the unknown value is, okay? In order to do that, we need to get rid of some of our terms, okay? So that we can isolate our x or get it by itself. So I'm going to start off by getting rid of my negative 8x. The reason why I'm going to get rid of this negative 8x is because that will allow me to work with positive terms or variables as opposed to negative ones, okay? So if I get rid of this 8x, to get rid of this 8x, I'm going to add a positive 8x here as well as here, because what I do on one side, I must also do on the other side, okay? So here, I'm going to cross out my 8x's. That's going to leave me with negative 44. And now when I move to the left side of the equation, I have 4x plus 8x, which will give me 12x minus 8. The next thing I'm going to do is get rid of my negative 8, okay, so that I can get my 12x by itself. I'll add an 8 here as well as an 8 here. A negative and a positive will cancel each other out. That leaves me with 12x here equals negative 44 plus 8 will give me a negative 36. So now I have to get rid of this 12, which is, this means multiplication. So anytime you see a number and a variable together, it means to multiply. You may also see them written as 12 with a dot here in x, or 12 in the parentheses, which also means to multiply. In this case, we have it simply as 12x. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to get rid of the x by dividing. We're going to divide 12 here as well as 12 here. That's going to allow us to cancel out the 12s here, leaving us with x equals, and then 12 goes into a negative 36, and that's going to leave us with a negative 3. So the value that we have for x is negative 3. And now we can come over here to our options, and we see that option A, in this case, is the correct answer. Now, we can also check our answer by taking this negative 3, which is the value of x, and inserting it into our original equation. Let's do that. So here we have 4 times the negative 3, which is x, minus 8 equals a negative 4 times 11 plus 2 times a negative 3, which is also the value for x. So now the first thing that we're going to do is utilize the order of operations. We're going to multiply this positive 2 times negative 3, which will give us a negative 6. Then we're going to bring down our 11 and parentheses. Now we need to get rid of our parentheses, so we're going to multiply a negative 4 times 11, which is negative 44, and then a negative 4 times a negative 6, which is a positive 24. So now we have a negative 44 plus 24, which will give us a negative 20. So now that we have solved our right side of the equation, let's move to the left side. Here we have 4 times a negative 3, which will give us a negative 12, minus 8. So now we have a negative 12 and a negative 8. We're going to add them together, and we have a negative 12 plus a negative 8, which will also give us a negative 20. So it is true that a negative 20 equals a negative 20. So therefore, when we insert our value negative 3 into our original equation, it is also true that 4x minus 8 equals to a negative 4 times 11 plus 2x. So I hope that this lesson has helped. Have a great day.
You're going to encounter in a sentence are a noun, a verb, and an adjective. And then, there are other things like adverbs and conjunctions, but I don't want to confuse you with that just yet.
April and May have the same average temperature as June and July. Do you see question 3?
February, March, April, and May, June, July. That's false.
Okay. Yep. So first we have to check the graph. And you want to check April and May versus June and July. So January, February, March, April, and May is right here. And then June and July is higher than April and May.
Right.
So yeah, you're right. It should be false.
Could start from the beginning. We could type -1 plus the square root button. The way that works on this calculator is this is going to come up at square root parentheses. You're going to type 8.2. You're going to close that parenthesis from the square root. You're going to close the first parenthesis we put as well.
Okay.
And then divide by 3, and you should get your answer right away.
Oh, okay. That's convenient.
And do you get your 2.03?
Yeah.
Okay. And now the really nice thing is if you
Uh-huh.
press the up arrow,
I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our seniors, those with only one or two exams to complete before earning your high school credential. You have worked exceptionally hard to get to this stage, and now it's time to close the chapter. Let's make 2021 a year to remember. It is your year, and you can do this. So good luck testing. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button down below so that you're notified on our new releases. Also, join us on our other social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.